Hey guys, Sean P here. It is a beautiful afternoon in early July. We've got perfect weather and I don't have any appointments, so I'm throwing the kids in the car and I'm headed to the East Sooke Coast Trail. I haven't checked it out yet. It's supposed to be one of the best hiking trails in the area. We're not going to do the whole thing. It's a longer trail, but we're going to try to get about an hour and a half in and out, and we packed a little picnic. So let's go see what we find. The East Sooke Coast Trail is located inside the East Sooke Regional Park. Okay, so this is actually a larger park. The park itself is like 1,474 hectares, so it's a decent size, and it is relatively close to Victoria. So we're talking 37 and a half kilometers on a quick Google search, which works out usually to about 46 minutes in the car. It's a really nice drive out there because you're driving through the Metchosin area and everything's just absolutely gorgeous out that way. And as you're driving, you're getting closer to the Juan de Fuca Straits. It kind of just gets more and more rugged the longer that you're driving. When you get there, this is like a regional park, right? So they've got some stuff set up. There's actually a decent amount of parking. Online it says there's parking for 70 vehicles. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you could pack it up a little bit more. There is accessible parking. I've been down there on weekends though when the parking ran out, and the little road on the way in, people will park on it and it gets kind of sketchy. And I know that they come and ticket too, like on really nice long weekend days, they'll plan to come out and ticket people. So find another spot to park if the parking lot's full is my best advice. Okay. But as you can see, when we were there, like there was tons of space. It was a beautiful day, and getting onto the trail was really easy. It's like straight shot from the parking lot. You walk down a little bit. All right, guys, so we're down at the park now. We just got the car parked. Everyone is sunscreened and hydrated. It is like 1,000,000 degrees out today. It's absolutely gorgeous and just literally so hot and sunny. So we're just starting our hiking. Let's go check it out. And almost immediately, you're on this really cute little beach. Okay, so actually I'd say one of the best spots for swimming was the very first beach that we hit when we got down by the water. Now, this is like 3 minutes from the parking spot, so it wasn't hard to get down to the beach. And there were people from all over there, but like we were bumping into people who were vacationing from Vancouver, and this was like their Airbnb was like somewhere near here because it's literally just that nice. It was absolutely spectacular. Okay, so getting onto the trail, there are a bunch of these little pocket beaches. There'll also be spots where you might tide pool, and the whole way along you've got trail that is pretty navigable. Again, we didn't do the whole thing because we were just kind of fitting it in to an afternoon. But generally, the trails were pretty good. There were some spots that we wanted to help the kids, so we kind of would slow down and go back and get them. There are a lot of spots that, with kids our age, we were like, you're holding my hand, because it's just, you're along the coast, so there's a lot of areas that there's a bit of a drop-off, and, you know, my little one's 4 when we were shooting this, so, like, I don't want her trying to figure this out on her own. I don't want her getting hurt. So you'll go slow and be careful. But the whole way through, it's just like these insane views where you're like hiking along the coast. You're on this kind of jungly trail. And then at the same time, there's just this incredible shoreline on your... So it's just kind of nice to be like, you're in the forest, you're trail hiking, but then you got the Juan de Fuca Strait, you've got the vastness of the ocean, and you got the Olympic Mountains as a permanent backdrop for the entire walk. So it was absolutely incredible. It's hard to imagine something that would be more of a perfect side. So if you were to continue past where we went, the whole trail itself is like almost 30 kilometers. It's 26.7 kilometers of trail with 685 meters of elevation gain. These are the figures from all trails, which, by the way, is how I found it. It's an out and back route, so you would go the length and then you would come back. But what I've read in the reviews from a lot of people is that they'd actually drive out with 2 vehicles and they'd leave 1 vehicle at the far end. So then you're not doing it out and back. You are starting out and walking the trail and then grabbing the vehicle that you left in advance at the end point and driving it back to where you started to pick up your other vehicle, which I thought was really cool. For us, we probably only made it about 1.5 kilometers, maybe 2 kilometers up the trail before we felt like we'd gone about as far as we wanted to. We were on the trail for probably 1.5 hours, and we basically walked out, had a little picnic, chilled out with the kids on the top of this little lookout spot that we found, and then basically started to make our way back. We weren't rushed at all. We were really just kind of taking our time. We were taking a ton of pictures and videos, and so you could get a lot further in that time. But that wasn't really the point for us. We wanted to just kind of explore the trail, check it out. This is 100% somewhere that I would come back because it was just absolutely stunning. And I think when the girls are a little older, I'd really want to try doing the whole thing with them. Because really, that's not too bad. The last thing that I'd say is there was a decent amount of infrastructure built up just because it is a regional park. So again, they had some covered gazebo areas. There was a ton of picnic tables, lots of parking. They had pit toilets, and there was just like really good signage letting you know where you were all the time. I really like that, especially with the kids. It gives you a little bit of extra comfort. And I think for people who wanted to make a bigger go of it, this is a great place to really just like get out and explore. There were a lot of trails in addition to the ones that we explored. So you don't have to commit to just doing this one. If you wanted to explore further, there's a lot more that you could choose to do. But for our quick little trip, this was a great day trip. It's really accessible from the city, and just generally, it's absolutely stunning. So I recommend that you check it out. All right, you guys, that's the end of our hike. We've been here for about 3 hours. Honestly, the weather was perfect. The hike is awesome. I'd say it's probably on the upper end of the difficulty scale that we'd want to do with kids this age, but very doable. Amazing sights. It's this nice blend of like forest and coast. And yeah, we had a ball. So here's the deal. If you enjoy these, please like this video and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the other stuff that we got coming up. And drop in the comments, what's your favorite hidden gem, either in or near Victoria? I'd love to check it out and make a video about it. Thanks for watching.